So let me explain a little bit about how this hybrid learning class format will work. What you have here is our class calendar. And if you look at the calendar and you look at each week, week 1 here tells you the things we'll cover in week 1. Week 2 tells you the things we'll do in week 2. But this is how the learning will occur. Notice here that before class on Wednesday, you're supposed to complete all the week 1 pre-class activities, which will be found in Blackboard, and I'll show you examples of those in just a few minutes. Then we meet for class. Face-to-face, as long as we're meeting on campus face-to-face. If we have to meet remotely, then we'll meet together remotely. And then after class, there'll be post-class activities that you have to do. But the important thing you have to remember for every week is that you've got these pre-class activities that you need to complete, because when you come to class, I'm going to assume that you've done these activities and I'm going to take off from there. So these are real important to do before you come to class. So let me just kind of show you where you find these pre-class activities. So here we are in our Blackboard shell, and let's go to our first unit, voting theory. So when you click on the little arrow over here, notice all this stuff drops out. It's so pretty the way it just falls out of there. And you see here, week 1, pre-class activities. Click on the arrow and they open up. And notice our activities that need to be done before our first class here are listed here, each activity. And let me just click on one so that you can kind of see what it looks like. So there'll be some things to read, and there's a video there to look at. And then if you click back on the X here, you can get back and see those activities again. Here's an activity that's a quiz. So sometimes there's things to read, sometimes there's things that you have to do that you get graded for. So this is a quiz. Notice the due date is 9 o'clock before we meet on our class on Wednesday. You will have 5 attempts, so there's plenty of attempts to take it over and over again. It's worth 5 points. If you want to see the quiz, you click on View Assessment. And it comes up, and basically there'll be multiple choice quizzes, and when you finish, you'll submit. It'll tell you your grade. You can do it again if you need to. Another feature here, as you go through the different activities, is that you don't have to keep pressing that X. If you press this arrow, it'll take you to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. There's another quiz where you view the assessment. And then notice here that another activity is a journal. These will be in every one of the pre-class activities. And basically, this is a journal that asks you any questions that you have about the activities. You just want to type your questions here, or your concerns. If you don't have any questions, then say so. This is still a graded assignment, so you want to make sure you at least say, I don't have any questions, because I want to look at these questions before class so that I can hopefully answer them when we come and meet together. And then the very last activity of the pre-class activities will always be something about the class handout. So it says here you should download this class handout, which can be found right here. You should print it. You should complete the first 4 examples of the handout, so there'll always be something you need to complete, and then you need to bring it to class because we'll use it for class. And if you want to print it or see it, you click on these 3 little dots over here, download the original file. It'll show up somewhere there. And there's our first handout, and then there's certain problems that you need to complete, and then we'll do the rest of the problems while we're in class. So that's kind of an explanation about how the pre-class activities go. You will always find those in Blackboard. And you notice every week, like there's the week 2 pre-class activities, you just kind of click on them, and it's important that you get those done before class. I've kind of told you here that the pre-class activities for the first week might take between 75 and 90 minutes, so you want to spread it out and kind of start it early so that you'll be ready for class.